Dear guest of honor, DG Minalok, dear deputy, dear SG Ralga, dear ED Apollinaire, dear police representatives, dear distinguished guests, all protocols observed, good morning. On behalf of the German Embassy and GIZ, it is a pleasure to join you today on the occasion of the launch of the analysis of the General's Report by Transparency International Rwanda. Let me begin by expressing our sincere appreciation for the consistent and impactful work that TI Rwanda continues to deliver. Their commitment to transparency, accountability, and citizen-centered governance is essential for strengthening public trust and improving service delivery in Rwanda. Our collaboration with TI Rwanda is grounded in a shared commitment to ensuring that public resources are managed effectively and deliver tangible benefits to citizens. In this regard, public financial management remains a central area of focus. The analysis that is going to be presented today is particularly valuable, as it is not only highlighting key findings, but it is also encouraging constructive dialogue around how identified challenges can be addressed. This kind of engagement is essential to ensuring that audit results lead to concrete improvements, particularly at the local government level. We also recognize the broader efforts to strengthen accountability in service delivery and to promote greater citizen participation in planning and budgeting processes. Ladies and gentlemen, what is most important is that these efforts translate into sustained improvements in how public resources are managed and how services are delivered to citizens. We look forward to continuing supporting TI Rwanda in advancing this agenda and on working together. I thank you for your attention, and I wish us all a good launch. Thank you.
Thanks to Julius for introducing us to this event. I think Julius forgot that we have simultaneous translation. I don't know the channels, probably.
So for English, it's channel 1, and for Kinyarwanda, it's channel 2.
Yeah, let's start our meeting. I see the colleague from JZ is arriving, Maria. Bienvenue, Marie. Dear guest of honor, the director, DG from Ministry of Local Government, who is in charge of community mobilization and the youth volunteers coordination in the community policing, who is with us. We are expecting to be with representatives from the Parliament, APNAC and the PAC, Public Account Committee, dear JZ Technical Advisor, Marie, who is joining, who just joined us, a representative from public institutions, development partners, civil society organization, and members of the press here present, the SG of RARGA, with whom we have a close collaboration in advocating for PFM policies and legal framework reforms to address the recurrent issues in Auditor General reports. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is really my great pleasure to welcome you all to this important national event, marking the official launch of Transparency International Rwanda's analysis of Auditor General reports of the decentralized entities in the city of Kigali for the fiscal year ended on 30th June 2024. This is the last audit report. The new one will be published soon, I do expect. Allow me, first and foremost, to express my sincere appreciation for your continued commitment to strengthening transparency, accountability, and the sound public financial management in Rwanda. Your presence here today reflects the shared responsibility we all carry in ensuring the public resource delivery maximum value to citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, the Office of Auditor General plays a critical constitutional role in safeguarding public resources through its annual audits of districts and the city of Kigali. These reports provide a valuable insight into public financial management performance, highlighting weaknesses, issuing recommendations, and tracking the implementation of corrective measures. Since 2008, Transparency International Rwanda has complemented this effort by conducting independent analysis of these reports. Our objective has remained consistent: to make audit findings more understandable and actionable, to inform policy and decision-making, and to promote accountability at all levels of governance. Today's launch is therefore not only about presenting the findings, it is about fostering dialogue, strengthening collective responsibility, and advancing practical solutions to persisting challenges. Over the years, our analysis, and more recently, through our 2024 stakeholders exchange meeting on recurrent PFM issues, which took place in October 24th and 25th in Musanze, have consistently revealed a number of systemic challenges affecting public financial management at local government level. Allow me to highlight a few of these recurrent issues. It is always found that there is persistent weaknesses in public procurement and contract management, including delays in project implementation, irregularities in tendering processes, and inadequate feasibility assessment. We found as well as a recurrent issue inefficient management of public assets, characterized by idle assets, insufficient maintenance, and limited strategic utilization. Another issue is challenges in revenue collection system, including gaps in taxpayer database and unclear institutional responsibilities. We see as well a weak performance oversight in public investments, often resulting in lower returns of financial losses. We see delays in disbursements of funds for social protection and essential services, which directly affects the well-being of citizens. And importantly, we see a limited implementation of audit recommendations, which continues to undermine progress despite repeated identification of similar issues. These are not new challenges. They are recurrent issues, as I said, and their persistence signals the need for stronger, more coordinated, and more accountable responses. Ladies and gentlemen, Transparency International Rwanda has not only highlighted these challenges, but has also consistently advocated for practical and actionable solutions. Among the key proposals advanced through our analysis and stakeholders engagement that I mentioned before, we request a strengthening enforcement and monitoring mechanism to ensure timely implementation of audit recommendations. We recommend to enhance transparency and accountability in procurement process, including stricter adherence to legal timelines and improved oversight. We recommend as well to promote better planning, feasibility assessments, and coordination in public investment and projects. We recommend to improve asset management framework, including maintenance policies and strategies for operationalizing or repurposing idle assets. We recommend as well to strengthening interinstitutional collaboration. We highly appreciated the retreat which took place in Gabiro, where central and local government met, especially in social protection and education, are delivered in a timely and effective manner. Encouragingly, evidence has shown that districts have higher implementation rates of audit recommendations, tend to demonstrate improved public financial management performance. This confirms that progress is possible when recommendation is matched with action. Distinguished participants, the findings of the fiscal year 2023-2024 analysis, which will be presented by my colleague shortly, Dr. Enoch, continue to point to both progress made and challenges that persist. While I will not preempt the detailed presentation, allow me to note that issues related to procurement, contract management, compliance with laws, asset management, and the timely service delivery remain central to the discussions. Today's meeting, therefore, provides us with a valuable opportunity to reflect on this fine imperative. It is about ensuring that everyone franc of public resources contribute to improving the lives of citizens. It is about trust, and it is about accountability. As Transparency International, we remain committed to working collaboratively with all stakeholders, government institutions, parliament, development partners, civil society, and the media to advance this agenda. Before I conclude, I want to recognize the key role played by GIZ Rwanda through its governance programs, who support financially and technically Transparency International Rwanda to achieve such commendable milestone. I want also to thank the Ministry of Law Government, who always welcomes the initiative, and it is as it contributes to improve PFM in the centralized entities, one of its key mandate as a coordination structure. Without taking long in my speech, I want to encourage open and constructive and solution-oriented discussion during this meeting, and I look forward to the commitment and actions that will emerge from today's engagement. I thank you for your attention.
Welcome to this national launch of the analysis of the Auditor General's reports for decentralized entities for the fiscal year ending 30th of June 2024. On behalf of Transparency International, allow me to thank you once again for accepting our invitation to be part of this very important event. So, my name is Julius Bizmungu, and I have an absolute pleasure of being your host this morning. I know most of you who are here today appear in the Auditor General's reports consistently. There are those who have scored highly over the years, but there are also those who have appeared in these reports for all the wrong reasons. Sometimes we call these chronic offenders. And do you want me to mention some of them? I'm sure you know yourselves. Let me not do that. So, but to be truly honest, I know we have made some progress over the years. For instance, when you look at the entities that have scored or clean, what we call clean audit opinions over the last couple of years. It has improved from time to time. For instance, when you look at entities that have received the clean audit opinions between 2023 and 2024, that has increased from 92% in 2023 to 94% in 2024. That's a good progress. At the same time, when you look at the compliance with laws and regulations, that has also improved from 69% in 2023 to 75% in 2024. And at the same time, we continue to see recovery and prevention of financial losses improving from time and time again. But the picture is not all rosy. We still see weaknesses, especially when it comes to contract management and project delays. We also see public assets that remain idle and underused over the years. But at the same time, we continue to see inefficiencies across the health sector, but also infrastructure. And so we cannot accept to remain the status quo. And that's exactly what today's meeting is about. It is about enhancing the public understanding and promote accountability. And so, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, allow me to welcome Transparency International Executive Director for Rwanda, Apreneri Mupiganyi, to deliver his welcome remarks.
How do these practices absolutely contribute to what we tend to see as idle assets? You were talking about that when you are talking about procurement, there's a mistake which must be commented by at each level, where people think that the procurement is a business of the procurement office only, while the procurement itself is actually the business of the user department. Because the procurement office is there to implement what the user department has required. And it is up to the obligation of the user department to prepare all the requirement to have what they expect to have. Now, if they don't conduct a market survey, and they expect that the procurement officer that is going to know the price of the tender, it will be wrong. It is if the user department is not involved in the contract implementation, don't expect that the procurement officer is going to bring a solution to any issue. I like to give an example where you have a procurement officer who is maybe a lawyer, and you are constructing a house. Do you think that the lawyer is actually have knowledge on how you are going to build a house? It cannot happen. So a tender is a business of the entity, not of a one single staff. There must be a collaboration between users, or between the entire community or the entire procuring entity. All right. I think that's very clear. So let's transition a little bit our conversation and talk about financial flows and delays. Perhaps I'll start with Loda. On your end, what are some of operational bottlenecks that are causing delays, especially in social protection payments?
Thank you very much for this question. Really, the root cause or bottlenecks of the delays of transfer to fund to district on social protection can cause with different reasons. We know that at district level, some district level can take their responsibility and manage how they can send their request from the district to Loda in order to get money. And I think I want also to categorize these delays can be found at district level, where you can find the fund already have sent to district level for social protection, and district also have to send money to the beneficiary through SACCO. This channel from district to SACCO also, they have some challenges. And for having these delays regarding of the terms of requesting fund from district to LODA, also you can find some delays regarding of the district where they need also to compile the requests from different sectors. They wait sectors to send their request. Then at the district level, they make a consolidation of those requests from the sector. It is also one of the reasons which can cause the delay. Now, once the request reached at LODA level, we have to follow the PFM. We know that when we receive the request, having all required document and supporting document, we are required to transfer money within 2-3 days. In 3 days, we transfer the fund to district in order to support the beneficiaries of social protection. But regarding of the different audit reports done by Otageno, we find these delays in different districts. You see? So when you look at these delays, as I said before, you are looking about the transferring money from district to SACCO in order to give them to the social protection beneficiary. There are some delays regarding of the district, how they take their responsibility and how they see the social protection beneficiary. So I think the delays comes at district level depending on those different causes I come to say. At LODA level now, we have already set mechanisms on how we can avoid such kind of delay. We have a social protection unit has a responsibility to make a follow-up at the district level to ensure that all district level, they reached at the level of requesting their funds to the social protection beneficiaries, and they remind the district to request their funds and to be sure that they send the request with full supporting document in order to avoid such kind of delay. So once also the payment made, transferred to district, that unit also have the responsibility to make a follow-up, to make sure that the beneficiaries have received their fund at time. So at the district level, they also have the responsibility to make the tracking, to make sure that we have made a payment and we send a follow-up report through the system in order to make sure that at the LODA level, we have that information where the beneficiaries have received their fund. Thank you.
I think, I don't know who you're accusing, whether it is the district, when it comes to the delays that we see in these transfers. But maybe I will ask Gilles, because you sit in the ministry where money comes from. Obviously, the reason why we're talking about delays in transfers is because these delays really tend to affect the most vulnerable communities. Why do we still tend to see these delays, especially from the levels that LODA has mentioned? But what is it also that is being done in terms of reforms to make sure that these delays are minimized?
Thank you so much. We do agree that there are some delays that are actually observed in some of the transfers. But I want to agree with my colleague that most of the delays, they originate from the district level. I will explain. And probably I'll give an example of the capitation grant, which that's money intended to help students. That is money sent to schools. So what we have done to make sure that all the processes are streamlined and there's no delay, we automated the process. So we have what we call SDMS, that is School Data Management System. So all the requests for funds is done through the system. And before the starting of each school's term, at the beginning of each term, the Minister of Education, they issue guidelines which show how when schools, when all districts have to send their request to Minecofin, and Minecofin is supposed to send money before the start of course. But what we have noticed that at district level, sometimes they delay, you know, because the district is consolidating requests from all schools within a district. So we realized that, let's say, 90% of the schools have submitted on time, but the district has to wait for the small number of districts that also have to send their request so that they send a consolidated request to Minecofin. Again, when it reaches to Minecofin, during the review, you may find that there is an error in the request. So, because the Minecofin is dealing with all the payments of the country, they don't actually call. They just put in the system that they rejected the request. They indicate what you have to collect, and then you resubmit. Sometimes you even delay to recheck whether, so you can just be telling your accountant to check whether the money has reached on your account, yet the request was rejected in the system. So, but the principle is that at Minecofin, you know, all of us, you know the principle that we have, umuturage ku isonga. So there is no discussion. Our people have to get good service. So at Minecofin, whenever there is a request, especially intended for umuturage, it has to be dealt with immediately. So, but what we observed, as I told you, is that the district they are still struggling to consolidate those requests from schools, of course, and to address some of the issues that we have noted the request when we request them to amend, but we continuously engage them and discuss them and tell them how to improve on that to make sure that our people continue getting good service from us. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that. I think other areas where we tend to see delays is especially in contractor payments, and I'm curious to understand from Celeste whether the certain opportunities you see for improvement, whether, you know, when it comes to integrating procurement systems with financial systems so that we can accelerate, you know, the response time and minimize these delays that we see in contractor payments.
Thank you very much. Actually, I think the delay in payments is being solved slowly by slowly. Basically, the delay might start by the implementation of the contract itself, you know, and can be caused by some various factors. Either it is maybe in mainly in the local government, the issue of expropriation. You know, you sign the contract before availing the site. It can be a cause of delay. And the contract don't delay because you have signed the contract, the contractor doesn't have where to implement the contract. The advice is that you just sign the contract after the availing the site. And another delay can be caused by the poor performance of the contractor. And it requires that you have a strong contract management team which is going to push the contractor to implement the contract. And if you don't have a strong contract management team, you are going to fail. The advice is that you don't have one single contract manager. That is from the instruction from the Minister of Justice. A contract management team, it must be a team, more than two or more staff to follow up what is being implemented. And another
for this question regarding the coordination of different stakeholders involving at the district level. Also, we need to work together from the district level for the central level in order to avoid such kind of issues they have highlighted in the different Auditor General's report, so that the coordination at local level. We have a technical team set working together with the district in order to make sure that all projects or the fund to be sent to social protection beneficiaries should be requested on time. We have different forums. We meet with local government in order to discuss on how we can speed up and avoid such kind of issues highlighted in the Auditor General's report. And we have other forum. We worked together with the Ministry of Local Government, inviting all local government leaders in order to discuss and to agree upon on how we can proceed. That if is a request, if it's a project regarding of the feasibility studies, in order to make sure that we have a project with quality, in order to avoid such kind of issues they have already mentioned in the Auditor General's report. So the coordination, really we need also to work together with different stakeholders in order to have a good understanding on how we can work together and speed up the process of looking at social protection beneficiaries. Thank you.
Yes, I do agree. Coordination, the coordination approach he just mentioned would work, and I would say, as he just mentioned, institutions have to collaborate. Maybe I would just mention how we, as Minecofin, we are helping institutions to coordinate, especially to address audit issues. We have started inviting institutions from each sector, let's say infrastructure sector, local government, health sector. So all institutions in that sector, they come to Minecofin. We just even invited the Auditor General, and the minister is present in the same meeting. We discuss on the issues that are recurring in districts or in that sector. We assess together what are the issues that are not applicable, as our colleague just mentioned, or what are the issues that that are out of the control of the institutions where the issue was raised. Then the minister are there to support, guide, even the Auditor General, to see how they can help institutions to implement. So that's on the collaboration on implementation of audit recommendations. So even on the other, you see, like during the planning and the budget, so we have budget consultation. So during the planning and budgeting process, we invite all the institutions at the ministry level, especially those ones in the same sector. They come, we do budget consultation, we discuss on the budget that they submitted in the draft budget. We assess together which one do we have to give priority given the available envelope. Thank you.
All right, Celeste, what is your take before we go to? Thank you very much. I do support the idea of coordination. Actually, it is a component that has to be improved. And I think as the DG Minaloka is here, they have a coordination forum. And this coordination forum is actually meeting regularly to discuss projects from the local government. And it is a good idea. And not only to have to improve this coordination forum, but to have also to think about the using performance-based accountability, where people have to be responsible for what they are assigned to do. So but also we have to keep the idea of using whistleblowers, which are actually who are providing information on things which are not going very well. But the coordination is a good idea that can be supported and improved. Thank you very much.
Awesome. So allow me to open the floor to the audience. If you have any questions, we can use the next 10 minutes so that we can conclude. Any questions, comments, insights, feel free to ask.